Well, lots going on to share with you in today's broadcast. Elon Musk is risking everything right now, him and Donald Trump and their entire administration, quite frankly, to save our country. Elon Musk specifically has exposed so much corruption within our government that he has millions of people after him and after his Teslas there, and protests against him are exploding all over the country. And many of these protests, I believe, have paid people. They are paying some of these people to go to these protests. And so the Democrats have really unleashed a hurricane against him, thus putting his life in danger, as you're going to see in today's broadcast. Not only that, but I believe Elon Musk has issued a warning to the American people as well, which I believe we should heed. On top of it all, they're not the only ones being targeted. Trump supporters are also being targeted by some of these extremist radical left people. I've got a lot to share with you, but let's start with this article here. And this first one is on Reuters. New Mexico Republican Party headquarters was set on fire and graffitied with ICE equals KKK. We all know that the GOP has nothing to do with the KKK. Hey, by the way, the Democrat Party was the ones who were involved with the KKK, not the Republican Party, but I digress. Here we have Republican headquarters literally being burned and attacked by radical leftists, thus putting more of a target on the back of American people who just support Donald J. Trump. Speaking of, there's also been increased attacks, no surprise here, on Teslas, very unfortunately, but this is what the left has been doing. But take a look at this. This is on ABC News. Man strikes Tesla counter protester with vehicle in Idaho. So this man literally ran over, if you will, another protester who was a Trump supporter, simply because he didn't like the fact that they were standing against their Tesla protest. In fact, there have been multiple Tesla protests and multiple attacks on Teslas. And I'm talking dozens and dozens, maybe even well over 100 at this point of attacks that happen. And there are a lot of Democrat non-government organizations behind these attacks, or the ones that are promoting these, promoting people to protest Teslas, right? But here it is, Gateway Pundit. Here are the 24 Democrat organizations behind the terror campaigns against Tesla. And you can see some of the same names that you'd probably recognize here. There's 24 of them. And you can see 5051, Action Network, and I'll just throw some of these up here as we go down. And a lot of these are getting money, from George Soros, Democrat Socialists of America, Disrupt Project, Indivisible, which I'm going to expand on today. I also expanded on in a prior article there, but lots and lots of these organizations are all basically encouraging these protests across the country. And there is a very big protest, by the way, happening on April 5th. But before I dive into any of that, just a quick break from my sponsor. If you're a dog owner like me, then you're already aware that, a dog's health can be complicated. In fact, sometimes it's hard to separate what is a healthy dog from an unhealthy dog. Well, Dr. Marty Goldstein, one of America's top holistic veterinarians, says there is one potentially dangerous substance which is found in many of your dog foods. In fact, you should stop feeding it to your dog immediately. The sad truth is that many dog food manufacturers have this substance in their dog food, and it's one of the most dangerous substances that your dog can have. And no surprise, most of the mainstream media is ignoring it. In fact, Dr. Marty, after years of research, has released an exclusive video for free to the public, by the way, and it's a video that's uninterrupted, and it showcases exactly what foods you should stop feeding your dog. And to check it out, all you have to do is go to healthydog1.com/haven. That's healthydog1.com/haven. And just by making this one change to your dog, you can help support his overall health. So check it out today. I'm a dog lover. You are not going to want to miss this one. If you want more information, click that more button if you're on your cell phone, or click the link in the description box below. I hope you guys check that out. I really love my dog Diesel, and he is doing amazing, by the way. So check out that sponsor. But with that, kind of back on these Tesla protests, with all of these organizations kind of working together to protest Tesla, what I want to say is there's one in particular that's planning mass protest on April 5th. And I did an entire video report on this. Hopefully you saw it on Restricted Republic or here on YouTube. But here it is, just as a reminder. I think it was great to put in light of everything I'm talking about today. But here it is. It's hands off. Indivisible is actually the ones holding this particular one, but it's hands off 2025. And I believe they're the ones kind of putting this together. But you can see, here's the map, and all across the United States of America, here's where they intend to protest. And some of these yellow stars, I'm guessing, are their bigger protest, right? So if I were you, I would not go out on April 5th, at least in those areas. Go out, have a great time, just stay away from wherever these protests are. I encourage everyone. So it's a little worrisome when you think about all the attacks that have already happened on Teslas and what has been going on with a lot of these Teslas. But either way, what I want you to know is there have been multiple threats to Elon Musk's life. Take a listen.
It's a super big deal, and the fact that I'm here in person, like I'm not phoning it in. I'm here in person. So. And there were quite a few death threats, I have to tell you. I was like, my security team said, well, it's actually gone down from yesterday to today. It went down from 18,000 to 17,000. So I'm like, oh, maybe it's getting better, you know? But you can see like how crazy some of these people are.
18,000 just for a single event? I mean, that's insane. And what really, really gets to me, right? Look, I don't agree with all of the stuff that Elon Musk does or says, right? But I agree with how he is helping our country. I agree with what he is doing, and I support that. But to have that many death threats, it's just insane. But here's my train of thought on this. He is only trying to save our country by exposing fraud. That's what he's doing. And because he's doing that and going after, wink and nod, the wrong people, we have people protesting everything that he's doing. But I wonder if these protesters even realize what they're truly protesting against, because all they know is, oh, Elon bad, where they used to like him because he was creating green agenda initiatives like, I don't know, Tesla, the EV vehicle. But now they suddenly hate him. And I don't think they even really know why, because the kind of stuff that he has been standing for is absolutely amazing. This is one of the things that he has been actively doing. Take a listen to this.
A lot of strangely wealthy members of Congress, where I'm trying to connect the dots of how did they become rich while earning, how'd they get 20 million if they're earning 200,000 a year? It sounds, nobody can explain that. So something's, yeah, we're going to try to figure it out, and certainly stop it from happening.
Now I see. You see, there's Democrat leaders who are very upset with the fact that Donald Trump is calling them out on their massive earnings. And even Republican leaders, by the way, oddly enough, who they're like, oh, no, I don't want my honeypot exposed. I don't want people to know where this money is coming from, how I'm getting it. So let's organize big groups of Democrats and get them out there to protest Elon Musk. If a Democrat actually listened to that, I think they would be like, yeah, I want to know that. But instead, they're being used as a little puzzle piece while the Democrats are dangling cookies and money over here for their protesters. They're not showing them this. I wonder if some of these radical leftists actually saw that. What would they say? Would they be like, yeah, or would they be like, no? And it might actually shock you that some of them would be like, no, I don't want to know. They can make what they want. They're doing whatever. And it's really sad is there is a huge group of people that are growing up that are just literally brainwashed. And they're like, yeah, government could do whatever. We don't care about the money. But there are some out there that I believe would be like, oh my, is this what I'm standing against? And you know, he also is On to George Soros and what he's doing. Take a watch.
It's really wild. So, it was inevitable that at least a few Soros operatives would be in the audience. Give my regards to George. Say hi to George from me. USA, USA.
Gotta love him. USA. But, he's on to George Soros. He uses his Open Society Foundation and other foundations and non-government organizations to pay protesters to do things. He's got a rap sheet on this. And of course, he calls it out in the crowd. Well, there's always a few in the crowd. But speaking of that, Elon Musk is also calling out and exposing Democrats' financial incentives for illegals. Take a watch.
The Democrat administration, the Biden administration, has basically taken every arm of the U.S. government and bent it towards creating a financial incentive for illegal immigrants to come to the United States. Now, this is every part of the government. So, like Social Security, Medicaid, unemployment insurance, disability, even the IRS. So you can fill out a fake tax return and say you need a tax. Maybe I shouldn't tell people this, but it'll actually work. Mostly. There's some chance you'll get caught, but if you fill out a fake tax return, you can just get a tax refund, even though if you didn't pay taxes. So we're trying to stop all these things to say, okay, well, let's stop the waste and fraud, and we also need to turn off the massive financial incentive for illegals to come to the United States and stay in the United States. And this is really the thing that is causing the Democrats to lose their mind.
Isn't it true, though? That's why they're losing their mind and having protests all over the United States of America. They're losing their mind because they want to financially incentivize illegals to come here, using your tax-paying dollars to do that. So much. Now, I've got a lot to share with you in today's broadcast, and the rest of this, quite frankly, I have to bring it off of YouTube and onto Restricted Republic. I encourage you to sign up. Go to Restricted Republic right now to hear the rest of this broadcast. You're not going to want to miss it. Use the coupon code LISA and the number 5 to get it for $5 per month. Go there and you're going to see some more even extreme information that Elon Musk is dropping like wildfire. And you need to be aware of some of those dealings. So I really hope to see you over there. Anyhow, I love you all. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.